Hello friends and welcome here. I am back. In my first video, I talked about expectations and my personal struggle with perfectionism. So in this video, I want to follow up and share my top 3 tips on actually adjusting your expectations. I think the hardest part about making changes to your expectations is knowing that you need to. Nobody wakes up in the morning and thinks, I'm going to set myself up for failure and disappointment today by setting my expectations way too high. Nobody does that. I think the very first thing you need to do to be able to adjust your expectations is take time to acknowledge what they are. Know your expectations. And you have to be intentional about this. It's not going to magically happen. It's so easy to just bulldoze through your day without even paying attention. Grab some paper and a pen and get it out. Get it written down, journal, write down what you're expecting of yourself, what you're expecting of your kids, your husband, other people in your life, what you're expecting of a certain situation. Think about what those things actually are. And when you take time to think about what you're expecting, think about what you're envisioning, you may start to see right then and there that you need to make some adjustments. And you may not. You may not notice, but it's an important step to take to even acknowledge what they are. The next thing I would say is define what you really need. And guys, this is so important. This is important because your needs can be met in more than one way. Let's say you planned a romantic night out with your husband and you have all these beautiful plans and the babysitter cancels last minute. Major bummer. You're allowed to bum about that. That totally sucks. But if you know that what you need, what you really need, is connection with your husband, you can roll with it in a different way. You can adjust what you were anticipating and achieve that goal from a different angle. And so knowing what you need is critical in being able to roll with the punches. I mean, it sucks. You have permission. You could totally let it ruin your entire evening, or you can shift and find joy in what's ahead of you, because you know that's not the only way that you can find connection. And finally, my third tip is to give space for your feelings and choose gratitude. Disappointment is real. Frustration, real. Loss, real. Anger, real. These are things that impact us every day, but they don't have to rule our day. I love the work of Dr. Brené Brown. If you haven't read any of her books yet, please go do it. She's amazing. And one of the things that she says all the time is that our emotions are not good or bad. Feelings are data. They're here to tell us something. They give us information. Trying to shove down negative feelings like frustration, disappointment, anger, sadness, that is completely counterproductive. So when I say choose gratitude, I want to be 100% clear that I'm not talking about dismissing your feelings. Learn from them. Let them inform you. Maybe you thought you needed one thing and your feelings are letting you know you needed something else entirely. When you feel those feelings and acknowledge them, you can then move forward from them. But until you do, you can't. You're just shoving them down deeper in there, and eventually they're going to come out and explode all over somebody. Usually your husband or your kids. So yeah, choosing gratitude doesn't mean dismissing your emotions. You can feel gratitude and loss at the same time. You can grieve what you lost and be grateful for what you have in the same moment. They don't negate one another. I personally love using essential oils to support my emotions. So this is the moment where I'm going to grab my favorite oil blend. I'm going to take a deep breath or 2 or 3. And you guys, learning how to take a moment to breathe is amazing. Whether you use oils or not, just learning to breathe through a moment and be is such an incredible skill. In processing your emotions, taking time to breathe really helps. It really helps you be present, and it really helps you acknowledge where you're at. And you can't move forward until you acknowledge where you're at. How can you get where you want to be if you don't even know where you are? Sometimes I can process through this stuff in seconds, and sometimes it takes a little longer. But These are my top 3 most practical tools for how to actually adjust your expectations. Acknowledge what they are. Define what you need. Be with your feelings and choose gratitude. Those are 3 practical tips so that you can be present where you are and let go of what isn't. Because if it isn't, it isn't. You can't change that. But you can change how you show up. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a little thumbs up and let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if this was helpful or the things that you do to help make adjustments in your own expectations. I'm gonna be doing a video every week, so I hope that you'll subscribe, come back and hang with me. Thank you so much. Hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.